One of the hardest things about being a new copywriter is not knowing if your copy is going to do well, if it's going to convert, if you're writing great or not, or if your copy sucks. But the reality is a lot of people can't afford one-on-one coaching from other copywriters who are successful copywriters. So what do? Well, you could study sales letters, you could read books, you could go online and go into communities and get other new copywriters to review your work, but that doesn't always work so well. But what if you could get Gary Halbert to review your work? What if you get Claude Hopkins to review your work? Joseph Sugarman to review your work? What if you could get David Ogilvy to review your copy? What if you could get the best legends of all time to look at your copy today, whether they're living or dead, and tell you what you're doing wrong and what to improve? What if they could coach you? Well, guess what? Now they can. With AI, you can get the living and the dead copywriting legends to review your work, to see what your copy is, and to make it better. How do you do that? I created the Lazarus AI copywriting prompt, that's what I called it, to get the living and dead legends to optimize your copy. So here's how it works. You're going to take copy you write, you're going to edit it as you normally would, right? Just be careful with AI. We don't want to completely get AI to write all of our copy for us. We need to write copy, so we need to understand how copy works, what frameworks work, and how it actually converts. Write the piece out, edit it how you normally would, and then at the end of the editing process, go through and plug in this prompt and get these legends to tell you how to improve your copy. So here's the prompt that I created. I'm going to show you how this works in real time, just like a live example. In real time, I didn't do this exact thing ahead of time. I'm going to do this right now with you live. I'm going to take a piece of my copy and I'm going to get them to review it. And we'll just see how it works and see what happens. So here we go. So this is the prompt. And by the way, if you want this prompt, I'll leave a link below. You can just download it for free and start using it. I'm not going to charge you for it. So let's get into the prompt. So here it is. This is the action steps. Take a piece of copy you wrote, edit it as you normally would, complete this prompt below, and optimize your copy based on feedback. So here is the prompt. The prompt is, you are a direct response copywriter. So this is what we're going to tell ChatGPT or Grok or Claude. I like Grok the most. I feel like Grok, in the writing phase, has been the best recently, when like tweaking your copy and editing and stuff like that, even more than ChatGPT. These things change all the time, though. Who knows? When you're watching this, ChatGPT might be best, Claude might be best. I don't know. But right now, I'm using Grok. So, and you can use them for free. So this is the prompt. So this is what we're going to tell the AI. We're going to insert it into. So you are a direct response copywriter with 20 years experience. So we're telling the AI this. I'm writing a insert type of copy, like an email, sales page, Facebook ad. Your job is to take inspiration from the world's best copywriters like Gary Halbert, Claude Hopkins, Joseph Sugarman, David Ogilvy, and John Caples, and tell me how to improve my copy to ensure it reads, hooks, engages, and converts well. Here's the copy, insert copy. So we're going to take this. I'm going to plug it over here into Grok. I got the paid version of it, but you can just do it on regular Grok. So here is the prompt, and I'm gonna do it. I don't think Grok lets you have your camera on. Whatever. I'm gonna take it from my course sales page. So this is my course. I'll put a link below for this too. This is a paid course to learn copywriting in 30 days, and I'm not gonna plug the whole sales page in right now, just because it's a bit longer, and I just wanted to do a kind of a quicker example for you. But I'll do one section that really could be like a standalone sales page, a very short one. Just right here, we'll include the call to action too. So I'll include this part of my copy. Here we go. So let's take this. So we plugged in the prompt into Grok. Here's the copy. We'll insert the copy there. That's cool that it's actually formatted properly too. And then we'll plug in, I'm writing a sales page. Now I could add more details in here, who I'm writing for, what the point is, XYZ, whatever, but I'm just gonna put it in here, keep it simple just for you. Okay, looks like we got everything we needed, plugged in the type of copy, plugged in the actual copy. And now let's see what happens. I'm also curious, I'm actually gonna take this, just depending on the answer, I'm just gonna copy paste and potentially maybe add it to ChatGPT after too. But here we go. Here we go. This is pretty cool. Okay, so this is what it says. Awesome. Okay, I'm actually gonna exit out of that thing. So this is what it says. This is from this is from David Ogilvy, Joseph Sugarman, Gary Halbert, all the legends. This is what their advice is on my sales page, at least this section of my sales page. Your sales page has a strong foundation, but it can be optimized to hook readers faster, build stronger credibility, and drive conversions more effectively. Drawing inspiration from legendary copywriters like Gary Halbert, Story-Driven Urgency, Claude Hopkins, Specificity and Proof, Joseph Sugarman, Slippery Slide, and David Ogilvy, Clarity and Sophistication, John Cable's Attention-Grabbing Headlines. Here's a revised version of copy with key improvements. Headline refinement. So the original headline is good, but long. Cable's taught us that headlines must grab attention instantly. We'll make it punchier, specific, and benefit-driven. Okay, so they're saying that my headline, how I went from a broke college dropout to making $9,000 a month as a freelance copywriter within 12 months, right there. So they're saying that's too long. Okay, stronger hook. Halbert emphasizing starting with a gripping story or problem to pull readers in. We'll amplify the pain points and make the reader feel understood. Slippery slide. The copy needs to flow seamlessly, keeping readers glued to every word. We'll tighten sentences, add curiosity-driven transitions. Proof and specificity. Add more concrete proof, exact client results, numbers to build trust. Vague claims like almost 600,000 are less credible than exact figures. Clear call to action. Repeated with urgency. Objection handling. Visual breaks. Here's the improved version. So cool. So they actually wrote a new one as well. So let's actually open that up. So so right away, they actually give you the new piece of copy. So my recommendation, if you're going to do this, don't just be like, sweet, ChatGPT or Grok just like fixed it for me, and just copy paste this right in as is and use it. Because like, first of all, really important, because they're going to just start making stuff up even if it's not true. For instance, this is not true. I can just tell right away, since 2019, I pocketed $597,480 in profit as a freelance copywriter. That number is not correct because it's more than that. But the point of what they're trying to show us here, right? If we look at the tips they gave, I think they said specificity from Claude Hopkins right here. Right here. This tip from Claude Hopkins, add more specificity, right? In my sales page before, I said I've made almost $600,000. He's saying it's less credible than exact figures. That's totally true. The more specific you can be in your copy, the more people are going to believe it, and the more, if people believe it, they're going to buy. If people don't believe it, they're not going to buy. So it builds trust by being more specific. So if I can get like exact figures down, then yeah, that's going to help. So the idea is, don't just copy paste what it gives you, right? You just want to take ideas. Okay, so here's my homework, that is to find out, maybe I should crunch some numbers and like get a lot more specific than saying over 600,000. If I can give an exact figure, even within like, the $5,000 or $10,000 range, that would be awesome and clearly better, right? That's one example. Starting from the top though, how broke college dropout built a $10,000 a month business. How you can too. So this is interesting. They took my headline and they actually said, instead of making it like a first person thing, so how I went from a broke college dropout, blah, 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 to how a broke college dropout built. So a third person headline. That's what they're doing. Now, maybe that would work. Maybe it wouldn't. I prefer actually doing the personal one to kind of build rapport. But this is where it's like, it's still AI. It's still not perfect and you have to use discretion. But like, it's not gonna be perfect. Like, I would never say this, dear aspiring freedom seeker. Like, it just, I don't know, it just sounds kind of weird. I would rather say business owner. Then this letter will change your life. I also probably wouldn't say like, this letter will change your life, right? We're getting advice from like the OGs. I like this though. I like how it's kind of diving in here to like, I tried everything, Forex trading, coding, you name it. Nothing worked. I was stuck, frustrated, and losing hope. This is stuff that I can definitely like, should put into my copy. Like, talking about how I felt at the time. In storytelling, that's huge. To be able to talk about how you feel at the bottom, how like, when you're at the bottom still, how you feel in the middle on the journey up, and how you feel at the top of the mountain. Talking about how you feel in your storytelling with your copy is huge to get people engaged and to believe it. I can also tell right away that like the the copy they gave me back is much shorter sentences. Nothing worked. I was stuck, frustrated, losing hope. Then I discovered this. It wasn't easy at first. Courses were a mess. This is more like Hemingway style writing. So the grade level of the writing is like they're doing shorter sentences than what I have here. I can tell right away. So this is good. This is good advice for me. I refuse to quit. Awesome. One thing that I like that they did, they Gary Halbert and the boys. One thing that the AI did that I didn't do with this section is proper subheadings. So I didn't add these in. I just kind of wrote the copy as this, but it really does make the copy easier to read. Like having this, I don't have this. I like that idea. I'm definitely going to use that. The way they just even formatted the testimonials, like this section, it just is so much easier to read when it looks like this versus just the text I have here. Student results, where I'm just writing it without a ton of effort on the formatting. So I 100% I'm going to do this. I'm going to change this. I'm going to add like a proper subheading in, add a proper subheading in here, format these a little bit better. It's great. I really like this. They also put in more subheadings as objections. That's great. They pushed urgency. Now, I don't know if I'm going to write, I would probably add more to this if I'm going to do a subheading here. This isn't enough copy to make that make sense. So they're also driving more agitation here. Every day you wait is another day stuck in the job you hate. Just straight up. I like that. I probably could use a bit more in my own copy. But there you go. Is this perfect? Is the AI editing perfect? Absolutely not. Could I insert an even more specific prompt? Yeah, this prompt is just a starting place. I could say, here's my niche, here's my audience, this is all about them. Here's the full sales page. I could do that instead of just a piece of it, and all these things. And I could add more. You could talk back and forth with the AI too, and be like, hey, actually, this isn't my true profit number. It's actually closer to, we'll just say 615,000, which is probably more realistic. But the point is, take the advice they say and see how you can optimize your copy, make it better. I found a few things here. I'm like, oh, for sure I could do this, and make shorter sentences right at the beginning. Get into more of how I felt in the journey up. Nothing worked. I was stuck, frustrated, losing hope. More of the storytelling impact with the emotions. Add in subheadings with better formatting for my testimonials. Add another subheading, and maybe be more clear about handling objections. But I don't have time, or I'm not a writer. And diving into a bit more agitation. I can see these things right away that would improve this copy from their advice. So you, as a new copywriter, if you want Gary Halbert and the boys, the copywriting legends, to coach you in your copy, to help you edit your copy, use this. It's going to help you, right? I still want you to write the copy. I still want you to edit it yourself and do the best you can, but then plug it into AI using this prompt. I'll put the prompt below. You can download it right down below, and then get to work and start converting. I'm going to go work on this right away and apply this to my sales page, and we'll see if it converts better. And I'll